very good morning. I am Srileka, and in this video we're going to talk about the fourth most popular state of the country, our country, that is West Bengal. Yeah, West Bengal is formed on 15th August 1947. Yeah, that's the time of our independence. And the capital of West Bengal is Calcutta. Now it's called as Kolkata. It is situated on the eastern border of India, stretching from Himalayas on the north to the Bay of Bengal in the south. And it also shares its borders with Assam, Odisha, Jharkhand, and Sikkim. Although in area it is one of the smallest states of our country, it is one of the most populated state. It is the fourth most populated state of our country. That it has 9.9 crores of population. West Bengal is famous for cultivation of rice and production of fish. And West Bengal is a major agricultural producer, and it is the sixth largest contributor for India's net domestic product. And coming to the rivers, River Ganges is the main river that flows and divides in West Bengal. Let's get into more details of West Bengal.
In India, we have many traditions. We believe traditions are not to preserve the artifacts but to pass on the flames. Every state has their unique tradition. Bengalis has tradition of literature, music, drama based on their Hindu Puranas. Bengalis has own rituals in ceremonies like birth, wedding, and even death. The Baul tradition is unique heritage Bengali folk dance, and Bengali stands for means Choi dance and Gaudian Nritya.
I'm going to tell about the culture of people living in West Bengal. The people living in West Bengal are more popularly known as Bengalis, and they speak the Bengali language. The culture of the Bengalis gives a special identity to the state with its various unique features of prosperity in its music, cinemas, and especially its literature. The Bengalis were not only the pioneers in Reformation movements, but also they were the first to experience a cosmopolitan culture in the country.
So, welcome to West Bengal, which is famous for many things, and one of the most important of them is food. Here in West Bengal, there are so many mouth-watering and unignorable dishes. So, one of the most important and famous food item in West Bengal is Aloo Potal Posto. As a matter of fact, we Bengalis always love poppy seeds. As this dish is made of poppy seeds and potato, we just love it. If you are ever to West Bengal, don't miss it.
I'm so happy to being in West Bengal. How can you go without tasting any famous sweets in West Bengal, as I made it for you? Yes, these two sweets are most famous sweets in West Bengal. This is Rasgulla, made up of milk, water and sugar. This is Pataspata, made up of batter of rice powder, sugar, khoya and coconut bits. Yes, I am enjoying it. Hope you all enjoy it.
Hi everyone, I'd like to say a few words of the history of the West Bengal. Bengal has a great history, and I would like to start with the East Indian Trading Company. East Indian Trading Company, as we all are familiar with this word, it started in 17th century in our India, and it almost ruled our India for a long period. And in 1905, we started a movement called Swadesh Movement to stop the divide and rule policy which was introduced by the East Indian Trading Company. East Indian Trading Company, it started to divide and rule our India, and Bengal was divided into many parts, and it started to rule that. In 1905, our freedom fighters led this movement to stop this policy, and later in 1947 we got our independence. At the time of independence, we formed this West Bengal, and later West Bengal was converted into West Bengal and Bangladesh in 1971. And we led this Kolkata as our capital for few period, and later it was changed to Delhi. And this is the formation history of the Bengal or West Bengal. Later, apart from this West Bengal formation, it also has many factors in this history, and it also has few major points called Naxalism, which was misled, or it changed the meaning of this word. Actually, Naxalism is a revolt against the higher people like landlords or these people who are ruling the laborers critically. And this was started in Calcutta in 1969, which was started by a farmer or a laborer by killing a landlord and it was seen into a revolt. This is the Naxalism which was formed in Calcutta. This is a great history of the West Bengal.
Now I am going to tell you about the crops which we irrigate in our state West Bengal. As everyone knows, we Bengali people like to fish a lot. So West Bengal is the second largest fish producing state in India. Apart from this, the top crops which we also irrigate in our state are jute, sugarcane and wheat. Most of our lands are covered with sand soil and alluvial soil. I am happy to conclude that these are the crops which we irrigate in our state West Bengal.
And I am here to say about the main occupation in West Bengal. The main occupation in West Bengal is agriculture. Agriculture dominates the landscape and the economy of West Bengal. They produce largest amount of rice in India. They stood first place in the production of rice. And also they produce many other crops like oil seeds and sugarcane, jute, mangoes, jackfruits, bananas, tea, apples, pineapples, potato. The very most important crop in West Bengal is paddy. Potato and paddy are seasonal crops. They grow in winter and they grow throughout the south.
Now I'm going to talk about the politics in West Bengal. West Bengal is mainly dominated by four major parties: the Bharatiya Janata Party, Indian National Congress, Trinamool Congress, and the communist parties like CPI and CPM. And you know the political history, the state underwent through the political violence for decades. Even though the state is undergoing through the political violence, the politics of the government in this state developed many schemes to develop this state. Some of the schemes which are developed by the Trinamool Congress are Khadya Sati for food security and Kanyasri for education, Gitanjali for house, etc. And even in the IT sector, the state politics done a very good development. And when Trinamool Congress came into power, it gave a good and better environment for the IT sector and its related industries for the state.
The power in 2011, the CM of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee and Trinamool Congress government have launched many schemes for the improvement of people in West Bengal. Under educational sector, they have launched schemes like Kanyasri, which was helped in empowering the girl child, providing education and preventing marriage at an early age. And the next one is Shikshasri, which was providing scholarships for the poor children in West Bengal to complete their education. And the next one is Shishu Alay, which was aimed at making the children ready for the study at an age of 6 years. Under agriculture sector, they have launched schemes like Bangla Shasya Bima, which was providing crop insurance for the farmers to improve their farming. And also the CM of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee has took over many schemes for their economical growth, which was taken a major impact on the youth who are unemployed, which was doled with 1500 rupees per month. Besides that, the financial minister of West Bengal, Amit Mitra, have launched Yuva Utsaha scheme for the youth to.
On the other hand, West Bengal also concentrated on the health of the state and people for who are economically not strong to cure their diseases. Chandrama Bhattacharya, the health minister of West Bengal, launched the Health Welfare Scheme in 2008, which is cashless medical treatment, which is useful for most of the poor and middle people. Besides that, our PM Narendra Modi merged with Mamata Banerjee on health protection for workers, which is beneficiary up to 45 lakhs employees in 2018. At the time of BJP as ruling party, launched a scheme as Ayushman Bharat for the state with 5 lakhs per family who are hospitalized. Apart from that, Mamata Banerjee overcame the criticizers was BJP and finally elected as CM in December 1999, which is the remarkable part of West Bengal political history. Now, Mamata Banerjee is also overcoming the corona pandemic situations and shows great amiability in these times. By the steps followed by ministers and their agreements shows that it is totally desperate from rest of the India, and simultaneously it is telling that we are all one by settlements and dealings, unity with our country.
West Bengal consists of 16 national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. within it. The world famous Sundarban National Park. It is covered in 54 islands, largest delta with mangrove forests. So, what is the big shot here? Tigers, Royal Bengal tiger. Rarely can be seen, but very exciting. So the means of transport, boat. We can only travel by boat. That's pretty annoying, right? Some of us can't take it. So it is very special here. We can only see tigers between November and February at the riverbanks. Can't go inside. It's very dangerous. Anyways, every time I hope to see a tiger, I just see a wild cat. Wild cats? Yeah, forget about that. So, wild cats. They are different from household cats. Like, they are fishing cats, jaguar cats. They are hunting. They can be spotted very easily. And also king cobras, crocodiles, very much. It's pretty exciting here. Make sure when you visit West Bengal, definitely visit Sundarban National Park.
I am here to explain about historical places in West Bengal, India. West Bengal is one of the main center for British during the colonial rule in India. Bengal has important events in the course of history. From local king to Mughal rule, British rule, Bengal has seen it all. There are many monuments in West Bengal. Among all the monuments, I will discuss about two monuments. One is Rahamshu, another one is Shahi Gaus. Rahamshu is an ancient building located in Binanspur district, West Bengal. It is commissioned by Hambir Mahaldev in 1600 CE. It is a unique brick temple in Binanspur. During the Vishnavaras festival, all the Lord Krishna idols were brought to exhibit in Rahamshu. However, annual festival was stopped after 1932. Second, Ishahi Gaus. The temple of Ishahi Gaus is an ancient brick building monument was built by River Ajay, present district in West Bengal, India. Probably during 7th century, the Ishahi Gaus, a local leader and a real hero of a local milkman community, has challenged the king of Bengal and defeated him in a battle and proclaimed himself as the king of that place. So the monument has been built as a temple of goddess Mother Shamarupa.
Now I'm here to suggest some of the best destination places that you can visit in West Bengal. West Bengal, it is placed in eastern India. Some of us don't know why we call it as West Bengal, even it is placed in east. Because some of the conflicts in religion divided into two states. The eastern part of Bengal is known as Bangladesh now, and the West Bengal remains same. Now coming to tourists, I'm suggesting some of the best destination places that you can visit. The first place is Calcutta. Calcutta is the largest metropolitan city in India and the capital of West Bengal. Now, some of the places that you can visit in Calcutta are Victoria Memorial, Indian Museum, Howrah Bridge, Science City, etc. And it takes 3 days to explore all the best places in Calcutta. Now, the second place to visit in West Bengal is Darjeeling. If you want to visit a heaven on earth, then the Darjeeling is the best place. Those snow-clad mountains, lush greenery and the stunning views of Himalaya makes Darjeeling a lovely place. Now, some of the best places to visit in Darjeeling are Darjeeling Himalaya Railway and Tiger Hill Observatory Hill. Now, the third place to visit in West Bengal is Digha. If you want to visit a best beach in West Bengal, then Digha is the best choice for you. It is also known as Golden Beach because those golden sand and the breathtaking sunset view. Now, the best places to visit in Digha are New Digha Beach and Sankarpur Beach and Talsari Beach are the best. And I hope you will take my suggestions and explore the West Bengal.
As I am Bengali, I am very proud to share the information of famous persons who born in motherland. There are so many famous persons who born in Calcutta. They are Swami Vivekananda, Satyajit Ray, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Rabindranath Tagore. Swami Vivekananda. As coming to Swami Vivekananda, he was born on 12 January 1863 to Vishwanath Datta and Bhubaneswari Devi. He was influenced by his guru Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Swami Vivekananda was one of the extraordinary persons with spiritual thoughts. He founded Ramakrishna Mission and Ramakrishna Math. He enlightened so many people with his spiritual lessons. He was one of the greatest patriots and spiritual leaders that India has ever produced. And another famous person was Rabindranath Tagore. He was born on 1861. He was the youngest son of Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore is famous for his literature works. He wrote so many poetries: Manasi, Geetmalya, Sonarthari, and Bhalakha. And one of the famous writings is Geetanjali. And also he wrote the national anthem Janagan Mana. It's originally composed as Bharata Bhagya Vidhata. He received Nobel Prize in Literature in 1912.
Today I am going to tell about the different types of festivals celebrated in West Bengal. West Bengal are mainly known for their festivals. West Bengal is an incredible state known for their celebrations, lifestyle and their attire. The massive festivals celebrated in the streets of Kolkata are famous across the world. One of such festivals is Kali Puja. Kali Puja is celebrated in the month of October and November. It is the longest festival in the duration of 20 days. It is the largest festival celebrated in the streets of Kolkata. The Lakshmi Puja is celebrated 10 days after Vijayadashmi. It is one of the massive festivals celebrated in the streets of Kolkata and across West Bengal. And the Durga Puja. Durga Puja is an auspicious festival and its celebrations is massively known across the world. And the other festivals celebrated across West Bengal are Bhai Pota, Chhat Puja, Jamai Solstice, Eid al-Fitr and many other festivals. Festivals are widely known in West Bengal, and West Bengal has its version of festivals. As for example, Bhai Pota, which is the Bengali version of the Raksha Bandhan, and many folk festivals. Thank you.
ঝুনু ঝুনু নুপুর বাজে ঠুমুক ঠুমুক তালে ঝুনু ঝুনু নুপুর বাজে নয়নে নয়ন মিলিয়া গেল নয়নে নয়ন মিলিয়া গেল শরমের রং লাগে গালে.
Now let's talk about West Bengal. West Bengal is a home for many industrial areas operated by private and public sectors. Most important industrial belts in West Bengal are steel plants in Durgapur and locomotives in Chittaranjan, and steel mining, minerals, fishing. We are coming to agriculture, jute and tea production, fishing and paper industries. These all industries leads to economic growth of the West Bengal state. Manufacturing of paper and India's first modern cotton textile started in the West Bengal, and the production of jute is the first state in the West Bengal. It gives the highest production. Some major initiatives taken by the West Bengal government to promote their state in the economic growth as India-wide are: the state received 4.50 lakh crore for investing that money in the large-scale industries, and also introduced the West Bengal infrastructure technology for one of the leading state in the India. So they want to prove themselves.
I thank you everyone who has created such a great opportunity for all of us so that we can spend some valuable time in letting us know about a particular state called West Bengal. We are so happy that you created such a funny activity that you gave a chance again to work together, at least virtually. You made us together again, you made us realize the importance of group discussions and teamwork, but thereby letting us understand that wherever we are, despite our homes or at workplace, it is important to work together and make things united. And thank you so much that you've given us great time, that it made us a great time, that we spent some productive time for it, and some relaxment has been and refreshment. It has been a great relaxment and refreshment for all of us. I thank behalf of all my team for the team who has created this activity. I thank you all for behalf of all my Lab 7 Infra 2 batch from Bhimavaram for creating such an innovative idea, thereby creating some knowledgeable and also some funny thing like this. Thank you so much.